Hello, everybody, and welcome to day number. I don't know what day number we're on right now. Give me a second, and I'll tell you what day number we are on. Glad that you are here with me on this day. Today is the 28th of September, and there is a hurricane going on. It hasn't really reached us here yet in Central Florida, but it is about to make landfall on the west coast of Florida, probably around the Cape Coral area. Thoughts and prayers go out to those people living out there. This is the storm of the century for those people who live in that area because they just don't get many hurricanes on the west coast of Florida, not like what they're getting right now. So as for the video, waiting for this to come up here. This is day number 29. Day number 29. Today's the 28th of September. I am going over the events of the 27th. So yesterday, I did my 45 minutes of exercise with a 2-minute jog. Took Becky to school. Then I went to the gym. I just did the chair massage because I had a Kingdom Insurance interview. So I still have my insurance license, and right now we're coming up to the annual election period for Medicare. I'd like to get back into that. I'm keeping my license. It's so hard to get the license. Whether it's both the real estate. I had to go 2-week course and then take the exam. And insurance, there was no education requirement, but there was a lot of study involved with it. So the licensing, whether I actually do these businesses or not, I want to maintain my licenses. Obviously, I personally think that if I'm doing real estate sales, I can do insurance at the same time. It's like if I'm in somebody's home and I'm talking to them about real estate, I can ask them about their insurance needs and vice versa. So I think they're complementary to one another. And then insurance is very, has different things. So there's final expense, there's life insurance, there's mortgage protections, there's annuities, and then there's Medicare, there's health insurance. So I'm able to sell all of that. I'd like the Medicare the most because the Medicare has the potential to keep paying me every single year. I do work for 10 years, and then I can get paid forever. Because once I get a customer, and as long as I just check in with that customer every year, that customer would be staying with me unless somebody else grabbed them. But if I maintain a good relationship, I stay in contact with them, that doesn't normally happen. So every year there's the annual election period, and that goes from I believe the beginning of November to the first week in December. I think it's like December 7th is when AEP ends. So during this period right now that we're in, I can't make any changes. I'm contracted with another company that I'm not working for. I'm not going to write any business during this time. But as soon as I'm able to, as soon as this AEP is over, then I'm going to change companies. And I had an interview with Kingdom Insurance. What I like about Kingdom Insurance is that they provide a lot of leads, and not just leads, but they actually do a mailing for each of their members. And the way it looks like they have a very good system. So I'm excited about that. The only problem is I can't get started during this AEP. I'm actually have to sit this one out. You can sell Medicare all year round. There's reasons why. There's people turning 65 that need Medicare. There's people in special election periods that, because of circumstances, either they move or there's a catastrophe or there's some kind of reason that they can change. Then there's OEP. So there's all these different things why you can sign up outside the season, but the main season is coming up, and the insurance companies do not let you change during AEP. So I won't be able to do anything until January. But what I can do, there's a lot of work to all of this. It's not just getting licensed when it comes to insurance. You have to get certified. So there's licensing and then there's certification. And certified, you have to get for if you're going to sell Medicare, you have to do AHIP, and AHIP, it's complicated. You got to get at least a 90%. You only get 3 chances to take the test. The test is $150. You have to study for that. I need to do that so that in January that I can really go ahead and make the change and then able to start selling insurance with Kingdom. I am interested in all of these different things. The commonality with all of these different things, with real estate, with insurance, with being a coach, is that I get to decide when I'm going to work, and when and how much and where I work. It's completely dependent upon me. I have no job. I don't have to clock in. If I want to go on a 2-month vacation, I can go on a 2-month vacation. I'm not stuck into any situation where I'm like, okay, I have to quit the job to go do what I want to do. No, this works. All of these things can work together harmoniously, and I could actually do a lot of this stuff virtually. But it is about building relationships. It is some sales, and I am working to improve. So I had the Kingdom Insurance interview yesterday. I'm going to get set up with them today. I'm going to get set up doing some work, and then also register for the AHIP and start studying with that. I also completely finished Module 2 of the Remote Wellness Academy. So there's trainings inside of each module, and the modules are big. So now I'm on Module 3. But I finished Module 2 yesterday. And then I had Century 21 training yesterday. And then I had another interview with another insurance company that I'm not going to get involved with. They're good, but they're just not something I'm interested in. They're more about final expense, and they don't provide the leads. You pay for them, and nice lady that I spoke with, but it's just not something I'm going to move forward with. I tried to actually cancel that meeting, but it wouldn't let me cancel. But I did show up for that interview. I'm grateful that she took the time to interview me, but I'm not interested in doing that at this time. Insurance is, insurance, the downsides of insurance are that, you pay for these leads, and the leads do not guarantee a sale. The leads are like, I would say, a lead is like a clue. It's like maybe there's interest there and maybe there's not. I know I'm guilty of this myself. I sign up for things, I want to take a look, I want to take a peek. I'll ask for more information about something, and then when I get the information, I'm not interested any longer, or maybe the next day I'm not interested. And that's how people are. People will see an advertisement for final expense. It's something that it's a very personal thing. When it comes to final expense, it's a very personal situation. People see an ad, they say, you know what, I do need to have this. They sign up for it, and the next week or so, somebody calls them up, and they've completely forgot that they filled this out, especially if they're a senior, and then they're mad that you called them, following up on the request that they made. So that happens quite often, and those leads are not cheap. So if you can persevere through all of that, there's people making 7 figures in that, but you've got to have a lot of thick skin, and you got to have a lot of wherewithal. And there's going to be people who are angry that you're calling them back. And I've had people cuss me out, and it's extremely frustrating because sometimes those leads are so expensive, especially like they have these live transfer leads, and these leads that with the TV commercials, the person will call the number, and it's giving them a quote isn't just about taking their age and their birthday. I need to ask them about their medical history. I need to ask them about the medications they're currently taking. There's a ton of different medicines that a person can take, getting all these spellings, getting all these dosages, the amounts. And, it's happened to me a couple of times where, I've accepted these. It comes right on the cell phone. Like the cell phone will have, we have a direct transfer, do you accept? And as soon as you press yes, your credit card is charged like $35. Now, if you make that sale, your commission could be 100% of their annual premium. So, if they're paying $600 a year for their final expense, it could be $550 commission. So you might pay $50. One person had said to me, this training that I had attended, that the guy, Used to be, well, now he's a lead provider himself. But what he used to do was he would make $200,000 a year selling insurance, final expense, but he'd pay $50,000 a year for those leads. So you have to buy the leads. So and that's a person who's experienced and knows what they're doing and has the business down. So for every dollar that you spend, you get $4 back. But there's a learning curve, and when you first start out, you might be spending $8 or $9. You might just get out what you put into it. And so having an insurance company that provides you leads when you first get started, and another thing, like I've been through a lot of different insurance companies now. One of them promised free leads. We promise free leads. They're very like, we promise free leads, but you get the leads, and then okay, so now I'm in there, I'm contracted with them. Contracting is a bear. You sign contracts, you're like stuck with them. It's hard to get out of those contracts. And then they give you these free leads, and then these are the most overworked leads. These are leads that other people have called multiple times. They're old. Like the person had filled out the form, didn't fill out the form yesterday, maybe a couple of months ago, and they're angry that you call. A lot of them numbers aren't picking up. You're spending a lot of time on the phone, and it becomes like you really get to see that your time really is money, right? You might make 20, 30 calls and only connect with one person, and then that one person is angry that you called them, and you might have to work 10 to 12 hours a day to get that one sale. Now, if you're hungry, there are people who make six figures doing this, but I'm saying like this one company that I had belonged to, I won't mention the name, there's no point, I'm not trying to be like that, but this one company, it's like they promise free leads, and they give you like 30 at a time, and they say, we'll work these leads and then come back to us for more. So all the time you have to come to them hat in hand asking for more of these beat up, aged leads. So, that's what I'm saying. It's just not really, you have to really ask the right question. You really need to be aligned with the right company. And just, okay, like, what am I getting myself into? What are they not telling me? They're telling me all these things. We provide leads. But you need to ask them more specifically. What kind of leads are you providing? How are they sourced? How fresh are they? How many will I get, right? You need to know the specifics before because it's like once you get involved with some of these companies, it's really hard to get out of them, right? Like to be an effective Medicare agent, insurance agent, each senior has different needs. Some seniors, like even in your local area, some seniors, for example, might do better in Aetna, and another senior might do better in Cigna, and another senior might do better than WellCare. You need to have all of those carriers so that you can put the senior in the best plan that fits their needs. They're going to get the best benefits that's going to be tailor-made to their needs. And one size doesn't fit all. I mean, it's like every senior is different. Some seniors have no medical issues, and then there'd be a great fit for this particular plan. Other seniors have chronic issues. Other seniors are looking for free dental, right? And they need the expanded dental benefits. Some seniors need the transportation allowances. So each senior has different needs, and you ask them and you talk to them and you find out what's important to them, and then if you're contracted with, if you have like all these contracts with one company, well, yeah, maybe Cigna and Aetna will let you go, but Humana might be harder to get released. They might have other release policies, and then you're waiting and following up. So maybe then you're in between. You're in between these companies. You're contracted with the new company with Aetna and Cigna, but Humana and Blue Cross and Blue Shield, you can't get out of. So it's like you really can't get started until you have all the companies. So it's a bear. So like I said, if you're interested in insurance, make sure you're asking them, you're interviewing them. If they're interviewing you, you need to interview them back. And you need to say, okay, when you say I'm getting free leads, what does that mean? How many leads am I getting, right? And don't let them give you as many as you need. No. I mean, because I don't think you'll ever get it in writing or anything about something like this, but you really want to ask, because like this one company, it was so disappointing, right, to get involved with this one company, and then would promise free leads, and then you get the leads, and then they turn out to be these beat up leads that are aged and overworked, and you're only getting like 30 at a time. And then they're telling you to do like, oh, you need to go do seminars, and you need to go do this and that, and it doesn't work. You have to go out and buy your own. You wind up buying your own leads, and you need to have a considerable amount, investment amount, and it takes time. And the Medicare. The nice thing about Medicare is that Medicare is a long game, right? So if in the front, unlike final expense, if you sign up final expense people, you're getting paid up front. You're getting all that money, commission money up front, right? And then you might get a small renewal or something later on. With Medicare, you're getting some money, but then when you start, by year 3, you could really have like a big book of business that's continuing to pay you. It's a small amount that you get up front, but you're getting that amount every year after that. And as long as you keep that, keep them active, and you stay in contact with them, and if their needs change, you can change them from one company to the next or one carrier to the next. But most of the time they're happy with their company, and you just follow up with them, and you just keep getting paid. And it's like it's a great thing. So there are people who do this business for 10 years, and right now this is when the baby boomers are retiring. So they don't actually have enough insurance agents to cover all the baby boomers. Although a lot of people are going and doing this on their own without an agent. They're just going and signing up with a carrier. Then nobody gets the commission. The insurance companies keep all of that, which is not a good thing actually, because if you're a good insurance agent, you know the market, and you can say, hey, Bill, you're in Cigna, which is an excellent company, but Aetna in your area, because every area is different, Aetna has these other benefits that you're not getting with this other client, and Cigna might have better benefits than Aetna. So it's just what I'm just saying is it's every area and every senior is going to be different. So a lot of talk about insurance. I'm not trying to persuade anybody to get involved with insurance. It's the same like real estate. I've got licenses for both now. So that's basically it. And then yesterday we were following and monitoring the stories about the hurricane. Right now I don't even think it's raining here, but all the schools are closed, and the gym is closed. I can't go to the gym today, and I'll talk about that tomorrow in tomorrow's video. But so that's basically my day for the 27th of September. Like, comment, subscribe if you have any questions, and I will talk to you again soon. Thank you.